Tonight is a special night, and she celebrates the same way you do. A few of her famously charming tricks, and maybe, if we're lucky, even a treat or two. And of course, she's dressed for the occasion. Dust covers everything, even the cobwebs. Dusty boards cover her dusty windows and bar the dusty lobby door. Dust and blood. In the corners of the walls and around the edges of the furniture linger the faintest odor of death. Dark, dry blood cakes itself around the boarded over windows. I note it with more than minor concern. My larger concern is not these sick and gory new additions, but what is missing. Gone is her starlight. Gone is the transparency of her form. Gone is my bellhop. Gone is my auditor. But duty remains. The job remains. Soon, hopefully, there will be the guests remains. And dignity. Always dignity. A heavy layer of tense anticipation covers the still, musty air. Tonight, we are abandoned. Tonight, we are an empty husk waiting for something. A distant wind whistles through the mountains and over a sleepy town. Maybe it's a lot like one you visited as a small child. Its hazy recollection at the very edge of your memory, where dreams begin. Maybe it's a lot like the one you're in right now. Maybe it's Wonderland. Whatever it is, the night is only just beginning. Dusk falls, and the dry brown leaves crackle down Main Street. For every town has a Main Street. Lit no doubt by rows of hanging lanterns casting golden dancing light onto clusters of huddled, smiling pumpkins. There are fields of them, grown to be mutilated and displayed for your frightening pleasure. That's part of it, you see. The cutting, the changing. That's what makes them special. When we carve into the pumpkin, we carve into ourselves, changing with brutality. Only by removing part of who we were can we bear to show our grinning faces. And even then, without the light of the candle's fire, well, if the light's not on, we're not home. It's both a trick and a treat. This is at the very heart of the night, exploring the unknown, the change, the becoming, the monstrous becoming. And something on the cold air feels like fate whispering her plans to you. And the more terrible her promises sound, the more you're compelled to follow the wind in mad, desperate hope that she will be at the end of it. But your town and its jack-o'-lanterns and candied corn and street-lit laughter are things I can only guess at. All I can see between the rotting boards over the windows is part of the moon in the inky black sky, glowing and beautiful. A single rounded corner casting hazy light across the dust of the lobby. I can see it, the moonlight and the dust, resting gently on the guest book. But I can't see past her walls. I can't see the mountain over the forest, around the winding road that leads to the town at her feet. But I know you're down there, sitting in your car or bedroom, getting ready to mingle with the ghosts and goblins in the crisp fall air. And I know the leaves blow in from the edge of town by the mountain road peppered with houses and the rare gas station. I know it snakes back through a black forest that sways and creaks on that snow-capped mountaintop. And stuck there between the rocks like a vein of sinister fluorite, I know is an old boarded-up building. Older maybe than the mountain itself. Some say it's a house, a manor left behind by a long-dead eccentric. Others say it's a hotel. But everyone knows better than to go inside on this night. Almost everyone. 3 keys hang from 3 hooks behind the front desk, free of the dust and jelly blood that covers everything here, including my rather expensive jacket. Except for the desk bell, pristine and shining silver, as it always does. That is how I know, despite the scabs and decay growing in her shadows, that we surely must be open for business. That they are coming. That is why I hope they're coming. For when those guests check in, those 3 guests, then I will be, finally, hopefully, in whatever place my staff is in. That we find each other again soon. The hotel shapes many cruel things, but perhaps nothing crueler than shaping us as social creatures. So when you dress up as something else tonight and tell a stranger you are what you're not, keep an eye on the moonlight and be wary of the wind and what it whispers. And be careful what door you knock on. It just might be houses up there or private property. If any of you see signs, let me know. Our staff awaits you. Any of you. Anyone at all. All of you are welcome. If you can find the hotel.
A 100,000 particles of nothing congeal in the shafts of blue moonlight and manage to find their way in through the bloody boards nailed over the lobby windows. Every time a draft wheezes through her old pipes, the dust dances and twinkles, like starlight. Even stars die, though, and it stinks like death in here. I ignore it. I've been dead before. I've died quick and slow and messy and neat, I think. But I also think I'm standing in the lobby of a dusty, old run-down hotel. I think it's got deadly rooms built by a deadly boy. I think it's got a little private office, too. Sometimes I think it's got folders and reservation cards in it. Sometimes I think there's just a TV where I can watch you die, begging indiscriminately. Oh yes, I think you'll be here too. I think you'll wander in, so certain of what you think, and I think I'll know so much more than you. I'll know everything about you. I'll know your name and where you come from and what you say to yourself in the privacy of your own mind. At least, I'll think I will. I could be wrong. You might not ever find yourself in my lobby. You may never ever write your name in my guest book. Why, you and your little friends could hop into your mystery machine and grab your luckiest crowbar and swim into the mouth of madness and right back out again. Well, you just keep on swimming then. It's just an old building on an old hill, and you and the full moon want a cheap thrill. All is right with the world as you think you know it. Then go home to your mama, your husband, your babies, your best friend, your nothing. And we, who think we are here, think we are like you, think we have each other. My faithful lobby boy won't leave my side. He throws bits of wood and mortar at the front doors as hard as he can to pass the time. It disturbs the dust and cobwebs, and somewhere far away the hotel wheezes, and again the faint scent of decay blows through the lobby. Cold blood oozes thickly between the doors. There is nothing so horrible here that she can't craft some way to twist it. You see, when she thinks something, it is. When she thinks you and your little friends check in, it's already happening. Fire and brimstone is just a warm-up. She thought maybe a funny little plant would swallow you whole. She thought you might like to drown in the same pond water you can't stop picturing your brother drowning in. It has happened. I've watched it happen. I saw it happen. Don't tell me it didn't happen. Yet here we are, waiting for you. I think. My lobby boy reaches back to throw a decent-sized hunk of something heavy at the bleeding doors when a large hand reaches out from nowhere and grabs his wrist. My boy drops the hunk, rolling his eyes and clicking his tongue. The owner releases him from his grasp and glides across the lobby silently. He yanks a board off the window in one swift motion and scowls out into the night, hands clasped behind his back. The window winces, and the wood clattering on the floor puckers where the nails were ripped out. The three of us stand together again, here again, on this special night again that we could not possibly understand, and we share in the glow of the light from a strange moon. Peeking through the cracks in the crumbling ceiling, I can only make out one rounded corner. But she's there, watching, waiting. For us, or for you. For when you look up into the sky and see the moon, full and round on Halloween night, you will think you're safely away from our reach. But our moon's different waves and colors will look so lovely in concert, how they twinkle together. On the other hand, if you don't see your own assumptions for what they are, you might think you already know it all. But the jack-o'-lantern only has a face on one side, and we put it there. It looks however you expect it to look. Horror or hotel. It's all what we make of it. Or, if it's all what she makes of it, we'll have to make the best of it. There's a familiar flittering sound behind us. Something small and rectangular rests on the ledge in the slot now present in the middle of my private office door. The lobby boy doesn't need to await my signal. He immediately retrieves it for me, frowning slightly. I crack open the guest book, thinking it was your reservation card. Wrong again. It's a photo of you and your friends, safe and alive, together for the last time, before you became just another creepy story. Except there's no one in this photo. Just some fabric on the bottom of the image in a broken building, boarded over long ago, lit up in the sickly light of the flash of the camera. The scowling face of something I think is a man peeks out between a missing board over one window. I shake my head slowly at the lobby boy. He grins, even slower, before slapping the front desk bell, pristine and shining golden as it always is, once with his palm.
Hey.
And the owner turns around with a sneer, looming large against the mostly boarded up lobby windows.
We don't think they're coming.
He looks from the lobby boy to the photo to me, and his sneer wrinkles into something like an angry smile. I don't smile with them, but my face tightens with satisfaction, and I snap the guest book closed.
Ha!
With a single heaving kick, both lobby doors fly open. Fresh blood drips from her doorframe. The hotel shudders. Cold wind blows white snow through a black forest. A jagged mountain, almost invisible against the night storm, looms in the distance. We set out together to the place it will finally be.
Created by Veronica, California and Mark Whitten. Produced by Veronica, California and Jay and Ibis. Written by Veronica, California. The manager, Kelly Nienaltowski. The lobby boy, Mark Whitten. The owner, Graham Rowat. The bellhop, Rissa Montañez. The concierge, Damon Alums. The auditor, Wolfe. And Christa Lewis. Music by Lauren Picorni and West Rodri. Special guest composer, Zach Tatom-Drake. Art direction by Izzy, filthyguts Chavez. Staff writer, Lily Bensinger. Associate producers, Mark Whitten and Pacific Obadiah.
Dusky pink stars burn red and yellow holes in the deep purple cosmos above us. A vacuum empty of anything, except the hot wind that kicks up red and yellow dust, covering us and more. I brush myself idly with the back of one hand as the bellhop edges closer to me, casting scattered looks in as many directions at once as she can. Dust and rock, dotted with brush, and all of it moving with subtle manipulations of that dry wind. The purple sky to our left gives gradual way to a bright white on our right. I don't see the sun or the moon. I do see a path running from horizon to horizon. A small road perhaps, but to where and from where, I do not know. In the far distance, surrounding us on all sides, great whirling dervishes collide and mutate. They must be roaring at that size, but all we can hear is when we turn back, the road is gone, replaced by a track of iron and wood. Old by the looks of it. I can't get a decent look at it though because there's a train parked on it. It looks old too though. Some of the cars do. Cargo cars made of rotten wood with writing long worn off. Some look brand new. Streamlined passenger cars that glint white and silver. Each car different from the next. Empty cars that are little more than ironwork frames. Massive, mad cars welded together that wobble dangerously. Some are glowing. Some are humming softly. None look the same, yet something about them belongs together. I think. I can't get a decent look at the train either, as it too runs from horizon to horizon. It glistens and sparkles purple and blue, a monorail coated in glitzy boat paint. An old red rattly circus train, a silver bullet blurring by at hundreds of kilometers an hour. A phantom that runs on ectoplasm and riddles. I don't know how it got here so suddenly, but I do not know how we got here either. The train chugs to life and after a lurch creeps slowly forward. Hop hoots nervously and bounces back and forth behind me. She feels it too. If this train leaves without us. I grab Hop's hand and together we run to the nearest car. The train was moving slowly enough that we caught the handrail easily, but once we had pulled ourselves up safely, the train seemed to be moving dangerously fast. Hop, calling out over the hot, rapid wind as we pull away, asks me if I think the auditor made it onto the train okay. I force a smile for her sake and nod. But I can see the moon now. I see it hang low and large and square with rounded edges just over the purple horizon falling behind us. I can see everything, and I am sure of nothing.